Hello my fellow artisans, welcome back. So today I've got another interesting fault for you. It seems like there is some kind of arcing issue going on because I got a phone call from my customer saying, help, there's smoke pouring out of my cooker switch. So I have a feeling there's a loose connection there, but we're going to find out in a minute. I'm just about to go in there. So I'm going to grab my tools out of the back and just have a look, see what's going on. I've brought a spare cooker switch just in case it is just a loose connection, and probably the switch is burnt out. So I'm going to just replace that with a new one. But I'm going to try and show you what is going on. As always, if you enjoyed my videos, please hit a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss out on future videos, because I post videos here every week, and in fact usually twice a week, all about the life of an electrician.
I mean, I've been doing it for a while, I suppose. I don't know. I mean,
It's probably just got worse over time, and then
sure, yeah.
you start to notice it more. But yeah, it's quite blackened. I think there's enough length anyway that I can cut the burnt bit off and then just re-terminate it, so that should be fine. Right, well that was more dramatic than I expected. Not because of the electrical side of things, but because of this flipping virus. Because basically what happened was I got to the front door. I should have asked this when I phoned, to be honest, but I was a bit complacent. So I got to the front door, had my mask on, had my gloves on and everything. I reassured the customer that I haven't had any symptoms or anything like that. And then I said to them, I assume that you haven't had any symptoms. And the man said, oh yeah, my son had it. And I was like, flipping heck, what do I do? I literally didn't know what to do. So I just thought, okay, well I'm masked up, I've got my gloves on. He said it was ages ago. He said, my son had it, but it was ages ago. And I'm like thinking, well, what does ages ago mean? Is that last week or last month or what? But anyway, I just went in there and I tried to just avoid touching anything as much as I could. I literally just turned the circuit breaker off, worked on the cooker switch, removed the old one, put the new one on, and then got out of there basically. But yeah, it's the first time that's really happened to me. Let me know in the comments if you guys have had anything like that happen to you. Obviously this is a really weird time and these kind of situations are new for us to have to deal with. So I've got another job to go to now. So what I'm really wary of is obviously if there is any trace of anything on me, I don't want to carry it to somebody else's house. So what I've done is wash myself down with these antibacterial big wipes that I've got, change my mask, change my gloves, and that's all I can do really, wash my tools down and stuff. But it's a weird old situation. I've never had to deal with anything like this before. I've never really felt so worried about germs before. It's literally, that's the first time today where I've just thought, man, you know, they have literally had it in this house, and what if I catch it from being in here right now? But yeah, they needed to be able to cook. It's an emergency job, you know, somebody had to sort it out. So I guess this is what it's like being on the front line, you know. Basically we are, as tradesmen, if we're dealing with emergency jobs, we are key workers. We're on the front line, just like you know, some of the other people in the medical industry are on the front line. I know we're not dealing directly with the illness, but we are still helping people's lives to continue. and essential things like an oven. You know, people can't really survive without it. Think of all these plumbers, you know, sorting people's plumbing out, sorting their drainage out and stuff like that when they've got emergencies. It's all very important, and these kind of systems that people rely on, they need to be kept going. So at some point we've got to just bite the bullet and go in there, but not everyone will, I'm sure, you know. Very, very strange times. Anyway, this is the offending article, and I'm holding it with my wipes, but basically that's the live terminal there that was burnt out. What happened, there was two problems. The first one was, it looks like it was a loose connection on the live terminal, so it was the live conductor that was actually burnt and melting, as you saw in that little video clip that I took. But also there was another problem, which was the neutral. The screw was going into the insulation of the wire rather than just into the copper. So although it was getting through, because they'd screwed through the insulation into the copper, it wasn't a very good connection, and so I imagine that created a bit of a high resistance joint as well. So those two things, the live being a little bit loose and the neutral not being a very low resistance joint, I think are what caused the problem. So I've cut out all the old horrible burnt cabling and re-terminated it with a new click mode. Thanks for all the suggestions. A click mode cooker switch, which I thought was good, apart from the earth terminals are connected to those little metal strips that go around the edge of it, if you know what I mean, and they're very weak, so as I was tightening the earth terminals, they sort of bent the little metal strip that goes around. It's the little strip that goes to the ringlets for the screws to actually earth the screws. So yeah, click mode switch was okay. It was, you know, fairly good quality, but the earth connections were not the best. Anyway, now I'm going over to another little emergency job, which is an electric vehicle charging point that's not working. Apparently it's got no power. It's a Rolex EV charging point and they've got no power to it. So I'm going to head over there now and see what the problem is. Right, so a little update for you. I got to the Rolex job, and surprise, surprise, it was a burnt out RCD. And I'm going to show you some pictures in a minute of what I found, but this highlights a problem for me because Rolex quality is shocking. And don't just take it from me, just Google it. You'll see electricians ranting on forums all over the world about the problems that they've had with Rolex electric vehicle charging points. And the reason, well, to sum it all up, I got to this job and the guy said it cost him 50 quid to have this electric vehicle charging point installed. 50 quid, right? Now, people are jumping on the bandwagon to do electric vehicle charging points, and they're doing courses. And who are those courses sponsored by? Rolex. Surprise, surprise. So, for example, the NIC EIC course, oh, isn't it nice? Rolex have sponsored their course. And so, guess what? At the end of the course, you not only get an NIC EIC certificate saying that you qualify to install electric vehicle charging points, but you get a certificate from Rolex saying that you can install their charging points. And so straight away, what you're going to start to do, install Rolex charging points. But the quality is rubbish. So just a little warning for you out there. I've installed a lot of different electric vehicle charging points, and I can tell you that Rolex are the worst quality of any of the charging points that I've installed, full stop. And that's not all with Rolex. Let me know in the comments if you've had experience with any of Rolex other stuff. But for example, my cousin does testing and inspection on thousands of caravans. He lives in North Wales. He tests loads of sites regularly every year. That's pretty much all he does, is just EICRs on caravan parks. And Rolex used to do some of the EICRs on the jobs that he's taken over. And these EICRs are not worth the paper they're written on. They literally got limitations all over the place. They did barely any testing at all. And yet a big company like that have managed to get away with it for so long. It's just really frustrating. Anyway, what I did with this job, I can't actually show you footage. All I can show you is a few pictures because it was a really quick little job and I didn't get the camera out. The customer was standing over me all the time. But basically I isolated the circuit from the local distribution board, which was just nearby in the garage behind where the charging point was mounted. Turned off the circuit breaker there, took the cover off the Rolex charging point, and straight away this is what I saw. So yeah, as you can see, melted RCBO needs replacing. That's basically the story. But if you look harder, did you notice anything else dodgy in there? Let me know in the comments what you saw that was dodgy in that particular install. There's a few little things which are just not quite right, shall we say. So anyway, I called round a load of wholesalers to try and find out if anyone had a spare Rolex double pole RCBO in stock, type A. Nobody had one. So believe it or not, I've ordered it on Amazon because that's the quickest way of getting stuff these days. None of the wholesalers knew what they were talking about. Rolex wasn't open. So yeah, good old Amazon. I managed to order one from there. So that's coming on Saturday, and then next week I'm going to pop back and just install that, change that over for him, and then the customer can have a working electric vehicle charging point again. But it just highlights to me the importance of quality materials, because this charging point was only installed in 2017, so it's only 3 years ago. It shouldn't have gone wrong after just 3 years. That's not right, you know. The materials we install should last a lot longer than that. And that's why, once again, I would highlight, look into companies like Zappi. Amazing quality charging points, superb customer service. Yes, they're a little bit more pricey, but you're going to have the satisfaction and reassurance of installing quality materials. So those are my couple of little crazy fault finding call out jobs for today. I hope you enjoyed those. If you did, smash a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so. We have a bit of community going on here, a lot of subscribers who regularly comment on my videos and share them out to other people because they enjoy the content that I provide. So please join in and join the artisan movement. And thanks to all my existing subscribers, I really appreciate all your support. The Oak Studio video part 4 is coming soon. Probably that will be up on Monday. So I know a lot of you are waiting patiently for that one. And there will be a part 5 as well, because there's one little missing piece that I've got to do. I'm actually going there tomorrow to finish that off, the last little piece of the puzzle. But it's one of the nicest pieces of the puzzle, so you'll enjoy that. Thanks for watching and have a great day.